Hello, everybody! Today is my giant December book haul. Giant is a relative word, but either way, I have 12 books to show off. Some of them aren't really, books, but whatever, I'm counting them anyway. Let's just get straight into it. 12 books, let's go. So this first book I have, again, is not really a book. It's a concept art book, and it's from, well, a lot of people have problems with this film. I'm not gonna get into that. That is not what this is about, but I love the artwork from these books, and I do like looking behind the scenes and whatnot, and they're always fun. So the book is The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies Chronicles, The Art of War. Now, again, I will not get into the discussion about the Hobbit movie. I just won't do it. I don't want to see that. So this is just about this, which I have a bunch of others in this series throughout the Hobbit movies. And again, like I said, it has a lot of amazing behind the scenes artwork and how they came up with all the armor and the backgrounds and things like that. So I love looking at these books. They're always fun to look at. This book, in the back of it, has a giant concept art map of Erebor Dale, kind of tells you where the armies went, where the people took their paths. It's massive. I'm not going to take that map out because you're not going to be able to see it. The video will not be big enough to show it off. So next up, I have another book. This one's more of like, it's an art book slash, I guess you could say like information. Either way, it's so big I can't put it on the shelf here, but it is called Dracopedia, A Guide to Drawing the Dragons of the World by William O'Connor. This is a drawing book of how to draw dragons, and dragons are one of my favorite mythological creatures. This also is basically a guide of descriptions of different kinds of dragons throughout the world, so that's always fun, where it tells you each dragon. So it will tell you about different dragons, give you the descriptions over here, where they're from, and then the next page, usually, if it's big, will kind of give you a view of what they would look like from above, and a little bio description. I saw this at an art store, and I was like, I've drawn dragons throughout middle school and high school. They weren't great. I like drawing certain things, and dragons are one of them. So next up, I actually have a set of 3 books I'm going to be talking about. So this is for basically sports and whatnot. So especially one sport I really, really love. If you don't know, I am originally from Michigan. That's a hint. And there's a specific team I really love. Again, the Michigan thing was a hint if you didn't get it. If These Walls Could Talk, the Detroit Red Wings. Stories from the Detroit Red Wings ice, locker rooms, and press box. Ken Daniels with Bob Duff. Oh yeah, Red Wings fan. Now, my mom saw these sets of books and was like, hey, I think you would like some of these. Pick out the ones you want and I'll order them and you'll get them for Christmas. This is one of them. I read the description. I read a little bit on Amazon to what it was about. It was interesting to me because I am a Red Wings fan. I have been to many of their games back in Michigan. So it was kind of interesting to see the behind the scenes. And that's kind of what this is. This is behind the scenes during their years. It takes place from the beginning to early 2000s. The next one is The Russian Five. A story of espionage, defection, bribery, and courage by Keith Gave. I don't know if that's actually how you're supposed to say his last name. Sorry if I mispronounced that last name. So yeah, this is about 5 Russian players on the Detroit Red Wings. When I read the synopsis, I swear to fucking God, it sounded so much like a mystery thriller kind of book. This is nonfiction, so this really did happen, and my mom actually vaguely knew the story, so did my dad. They vaguely heard about this. I didn't hear anything about it, but when I read the synopsis, I was just like, this looks like a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to read it. My mom and dad also read the synopsis and were like, so we're gonna be borrowing your book for a while. All 3 of us are going to be reading this book. Even if you're not a Red Wings fan, I would actually recommend this because it's very interesting what went on to get these 5 players. It's interesting how they got them into the Red Wings. I can't wait to read this. My parents can't wait to read it. It should be very thrilling. I got no other word for that. And the last book in this is kind of a book, kind of not, but yeah, if you don't know that term because you're not from Michigan, it's the Joe Louis Arena, aka Hockey Town. Memories from the Heart of Hockey Town. It says that in the corner. I can't, this doesn't fit on the shelf. It's so big. It's basically everything that took place in the Joe. Not necessarily the hockey team, but also, if you can see, music, fights, boxing fights, and even political events took place at the Joe. I thought another interesting behind the scenes kind of book, and I can't wait to kind of explore it. If you're wondering about that 2017 thing, the Joe was actually replaced by the Little Caesars Arena. So the Joe, unfortunately, to many disappointed Red Wings fans, is now gone. So alright, next up, I have a bunch of sequel books. Bunch of them. Like the rest are all literally sequels to series. So the 2 books for this one is Wires and Nerve, Volume 1, Wires and Nerve, Volume 2, Gone Rogue. Yep, they're both by Marissa Meyer and they're both from the Lunar Chronicle series. If you don't know what it is, it's a comic book version that takes place after everything that takes place in Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, and Winter. So like it picks up kind of, I think, what did it say, like a few months after Winter? You follow Cinder's little android who gets a human body. Not really human, but gets kind of a person body now. And she goes off to kind of figure out what is happening on Earth with a bunch of werewolves. What's going on? It's kind of, I kind of looked at it kind of like manga and comic book. At least that's what I noticed when I read a little bit of it. Yeah, I really cannot wait to dive into this. But yeah, I can't say much more about this because I think it will spoil some things from the Lunar Chronicles. I kind of maybe gave away a few stuff, but not much. Whatever. Oh well. Just read the Lunar Chronicles and then read these and then you'll be fine. So the next 2 books are illustrated, but these ones are actually re-illustrations of books that have already existed. And they are heavy as fuck. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Oh my god, I seriously gotta hold them like this. This is stupid. It's the illustrated versions of Book 2 and Book 3 of the Harry Potter series. I already have Book 1. I love the illustrations in Book 1. Oh my god, they're amazing. And I cannot wait to see what they look like in Book 2 and Book 3. I can't wait to see what all characters are going to look like. I can't wait to see Dobby. I can't wait to see Sirius Black. I can't wait to see Lupin, the Night Bus, which you can kind of see here. The Weasley's burrow you can slightly see. And I can't wait to see what book 4 is going to be. Something tells me that is going to be a big, big, thick book. That is going to be massive. Can't wait to see that. So next I have in this giant book haul is book 6 and book 8. I'm missing book 7. For some reason, mix-up happened. I'll just get it myself. That's fine. So it's a giant series. And I literally mean giant because all these books are huge. I swear to fucking god, I think most of them are like over 1,000 fucking pages or close to 1,000. Yeah, pretty much. And another hint, it is a series. It is a TV series. Yes, Outlander, book 6, A Breath of Snow and Ashes. And book 8, like I said, I don't have book 7 for some reason, Written in My Own Heart's Blood. These are the 2 Outlander books I got. Again, I really don't know why I don't have 7, why that got mixed up. It got skipped to 8. I don't know why, but it's okay because I still need to read 5 and then I need to read 6. This is one of those situations where the book is better than the show or movie. And in this case, it really is because there are so much more details in here that don't get translated into the show. That's usually fine, especially if there are changes that kind of have to be made or they're kind of like, we can't put everything in here, unfortunately. We have to drop a few stuff. That's okay. As long as it's not significant stuff that's like a giant plot twist. If they dropped a giant plot twist, then yes, I would be pissed. If you own the first 5 Outlander books, they're kind of canvasy, but smoother. This is quite literally smooth and shiny, and this one's also pretty smooth, but not as shiny. So I thought that was kind of interesting when I went from like this kind of canvasy sort of texture, again, like a smoother one, to really smooth and extremely shiny. It looks really funny on my bookshelf next to the others. And the last book in this book haul, not as big as the others, it is the second one in a series. It takes place in like, I want to say, not ancient Russia, but a fantasy ancient Russia. Okay, but if any of you got it, yeah. The Crown's Fate. Book 2 and The Crown's Game. I don't want to butcher the author's name, so I'm not even going to attempt to say it. So I've yet to read The Crown's Game. I will get into that, which then I will get into The Crown's Fate. To put it simply, what the series is about, again, it takes place in like a fantasy kind of Russia because there are two magicians with two types of abilities, and they are competing to be the Tsar's magician, and whoever doesn't win that role dies. One's a male, one's a female. Yeah, I think you can already see where that trope's going. But then this kind of picks up right after the first one. So I cannot tell you where it picks up straight after the first one, because I will be respectful and not give away spoilers, even though I personally don't care about spoilers. I loved many of the covers, and I love this one especially because it's literally a crown. That's really cool. I love like how the first one is a crown, but this one's really cool because of the multicolor, and it took like buildings and literally made a crown out of it, and it's poking through ice. That's clever. But yeah, this is out of the book haul. This is like one of my favorites. The other favorites are, of course, the two Harry Potter illustrated books, but yeah. So that's it. Those are all the books, all 12 books I got throughout the month of December. I am not gonna lift these. They are way too fucking heavy. I've already attempted lifting them. No thank you. You will not see them. I am sorry. And they won't fit on the shelf. But yeah, I cannot wait to read these. Many of them are gonna push me to finish some series and start some new ones, and I just cannot wait to reread a few, aka the Harry Potter ones. You know, some of the other ones that aren't really books, I will enjoy them regardless. Some will get done a lot faster than others, but yeah, that is it for this video. I will see you all in the next one.